Let me tell you what bugs me about human endeavour. I've never been the human in question. Have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. It's no longer about what they can achieve out there in your behalf, but what we can experience up here in our own time. It's called mental wealth.
All right, so did you figure out what she said? Well, if you didn't, I'm here to help you. Okay, I got the script, and hopefully I can read it in English a little better. A lot of people don't understand her strong accent. I think it's a English accent, British accent. I don't think it's quite Scottish, but it's almost there, but not quite. But let me read this and see if we can figure this out. Right. This was basically. Let me read this and I'll get into it. All right. Let me tell you what bugs me of the human endeavor. I've never been a human in question. Have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Right? Kind of. All right. Forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. All right. It's no longer about what they can achieve out there on your behalf, but what we can experience up here and of our own time. That's when she points to her head, right? And it's called mental wealth. And then you see her laughing at the end or whatever. So let me just read that to you again real quick. Let me tell you what bugs me of the human endeavor. I've never been a human in question. Have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. It's no longer about what they can achieve out there on your behalf, but what we can experience up here and of our own time. And it's called mental wealth. All right. So that's what she says, okay, in case you couldn't understand her hard accent or whatever. I'm going to try and maybe have it in the description, what she says, right, the script here. So I'll do that. This was, I think, in 1999, if I'm not mistaken. It was a commercial for PlayStation. And I think, like, the very next year, PlayStation 2 came out, right? And I remember, real quick story, I remember that my dad got two PlayStation 2s, right? One for us, my brothers and I, and then he got one for himself, right? Nobody touches his because he was looking forward to being able to play poker online, right? I don't know. He heard it was going to come out or something like that. I don't know. We were still kids, like little kids, so that's fine. It was fun, right? Lucky him, he had his own console. But anyway, so that's that. So, a little fun fact is the little thing where she says, "I don't even know where Grimsby is." Someone said that I think her husband, like, just, it was an ironic little sentence or whatever, but someone said that her husband now, or was, I think they're still together, but is from Grimsby, or was from Grimsby at one point. So that's interesting. But I think in the 90s, that's where they had that alien look, the way she looked, like little alien eyes and stuff. And I think there was a band called System of the Down, and they had a song called Aerials, and they had a little kid in there like that. Yeah, I think that's what was probably a thing when video effects were coming out and people were trying out different things. But I think that somebody said that that kid in that System of the Downs, that it was actually makeup effects instead of video effects. So special effects, it wasn't video special effects, it was just makeup special effects. But I don't know. They look similar, and I don't know why in the late '90s, early 2000s, it seems that the alien thing was really big or coming out and very mysterious and all that. So that was interesting. But you know what's interesting also is that what this thing says, right? This is just what the beginning. I would say the beginning of 2000. We're barely what 2023, and this backwards. This was good thinking, but everything started going backwards. I don't know, maybe around 2015, something like that, right? So it says, "Let me tell you what bugs me of the human endeavor. I've never been a human in question. Have you? No, not really. No. Uh, Mankind went to the moon. Fine. I don't even know where Grimsby is. But here's interesting. Interesting. It says, forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. But nowadays, we're talking about video games. This was about video games because it was about land on your own moon, your imagination, go to these worlds that take you away from reality for a while, and live in a fantasy world for a little bit. Be a fantasy character that you want to be, and choose your allies that you want, but and make the moon your own, right? Build it your way. In some games, how you can do that sort of thing. But nowadays, in video games, it is about progress by proxy, because it's like progressives are putting these things that a lot of us don't agree with in video games, or even if we do agree with them, we just don't want them in the video games. We want to be away from all that, because usually a lot of this stuff is politicized. Like myself, I don't really want anything politicized in a video game. I just want to play it. I want to be able to choose my characters and choose the world that I want, the game that I want, without anybody pushing anything onto me or forcing anything onto me. That should be my choice. But not anymore. It is progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. Well, you can have your own moon, but you have to accept what they want to push onto your moon, right? Your moon's already pre-made, and you can't change anything about it. You have to accept it as it is, or you could possibly lose your account. So yeah, you can't necessarily experience anything up here of your own, of our own time, of your own time. You know, your mental wealth is not actually yours. It's not normal anymore. If you have mental wealth, that can get you in trouble or banned off of uh, networks or apps or whatnot. And all the fun in video games is pretty much all gone. So it's very hard to find video games that I can actually play. At least for me. Uh, you know, I got in trouble one time because of which one was it? Modern Warfare, and I'm thinking it had we support BLM right as soon as you started, right? And I said, I don't want this crap in my video games. I don't want it. I know what's going on outside the real world, but I don't want that. I I go to work. You know, long desk job or whatever, and I want to get away from it, and I just want to go play my games, not think about politics. And I think at that time I was doing a lot of photo work and video work for different politicians. So I heard it all day long, and I didn't want to hear it when I got home to play my video games. But no, I was forced to do that. So I spoke out against it, and I got in trouble, right? I wasn't able to play. Fine, whatever. I can play now, but that sort of thing. They take the fun. Things are the fun is being taken out of video games, and soon it's just we're it's like we have to assimilate, and if we don't, we're the bad guys, right? People that just want video games to be video games like we had them before. And I'm not old, and I know a lot of people. Like, I have friends who they weren't even born uh, when this commercial came out that we're talking about, and they don't want this sort of crap, politics or anything like that, in their or gender ideals or anything at all like that in the video games. And they don't want to be forced into it. I don't want to be forced into it. I don't want to be forced to have a character that is that way. I want to land on my own moon, build my own moon, have my own imagination, and play my game the way I want to play it. Right? It's so simple. Many of us want that. Why can't they just let us have that instead of trying to force us to play on somebody else's moon? Right? Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. Has something to do with video games, and I thought maybe we'd talk about what she said, clear up her English a little bit, and that's just thought that just popped into my head. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good week ahead of y'all. Zapstream out.